This video was sponsored by EA. What up, ladies and gentlemen? GernaderJake here, and today I'm very excited to bring you something pretty cool. It's a game called Command & Conquer Rivals. It's now live in Canada, but it will not be live and available until December 4th globally, so you got about a month to wait. I've got early access, and man, it feels good. I'm excited to bring you guys some content today to show you a little bit about how the game works and what to look forward to. I'm also going to bring you some more videos in the future that go a little bit more in depth regarding strategies and how the game really unfolds as you progress. It is a mobile game. It is an iOS and Android game, and it might be the first iOS game I get addicted to in a very long time. I'm excited to get into this. So what is Command & Conquer Rivals? Well, it's a PvP game on mobile, and it's an RTS, in other words, a real-time strategy game. It's got a very simple objective. You want to launch a missile at your enemy's base. So, like I said, PvP, it's a 1v1, and there's a missile in the middle of the map. 3 platforms will surround this missile, and the way that you take control of the missile is by standing on the platforms. Because there's 3, you need to be standing on the majority of those platforms in order for it to go in the direction you want. If your opponent is standing on the majority of the platforms, well, the missile is going to be aimed at you, and that's what you want to avoid. So how exactly do you take over these platforms so that you can secure the missile? Well, the answer is very simple, actually. You deploy troops. Simple as that. You put down a barracks on the map, which will allow you to deploy troops, and those troops are 100% controlled by you. You can send them wherever you want. You can send them to platforms. Maybe you want all 3 troops to surround one platform. You can send them after an enemy platform or even after enemy troops. So if there's specific troops on the map that you do not like, you can send some of your troops directly to them, and you can continuously change that as the game progresses. So let's say your troops, they go over, they destroy the enemy troops, and now they're just standing there wondering what to do next. Well, you can tap on them and tell them exactly where to go, which enemies to attack, or which platform to go stand on. As you continue to play Command & Conquer Rivals, you will continue to unlock more and more troops, and you will notice just how insane these troops' specialties will become. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, you will see a bunch of different troops there, and like I said, the more you play, the better troops you'll unlock, the more troops you'll unlock. If you hold your finger down on these troops, you'll see that they have specialties. Whether it's different kinds of attacks that they perform, or whether they do well against air units or vehicles, it's very important to note that your strategy should be 100% dependent on the specialty of these troops. You pay attention to what your enemy is doing, you pay attention to your troops and what specialties they can perform, and you use your troops based on that to make sure that you are doing the best strategy possible in each individual game. There is one more attack to be aware of that is completely separate of your troops and of your barracks, and that is your commander's specialty. My commander's specialty is a turret that you can place pretty much anywhere on the map, and it will take down enemies in its radius. The thing to understand, though, there's multiple commanders that you can use, but the game is a long grind, which is a fantastic thing. And in this video, I never did unlock my second commander, so you're only going to see that turret. But as you progress, there are more commanders to unlock with more specialties, allowing for even more variety in gameplay. Now, one thing I have yet to cover is the currency that you use throughout the matches. Once again, a very simple concept. Bottom left corner of your screen, you will see that green currency. And as you build troops, that currency goes down. However, there are areas on the map that have currency that is farmable. And it's as easy as this. The very first thing you do at the beginning of the match is you place down a vehicle whose sole purpose it is to harvest that currency and make it so you can continuously place down troops throughout the match. So first things first, get that vehicle on the ground, get it going, get it farming that currency, and make it so you can use those troops. Now that we understand troops and we understand the currency, I'm going to go into my strategy a little bit when I was first learning this game. I like to, as I mentioned, place down that vehicle that farmed currency. That was the very first thing I did. Then I built my barracks, and I would immediately get my lowest cost troop onto the field, place him usually right in the closest region I could to my base to start capturing a zone very nearby to me that was easier to defend. Another strategy I've seen is sending your troops immediately into the middle, trying to hold down the most contested platform on the map and just get it to be yours off the bat. But I focused on mine first and then sent some of my higher tier troops, once I could afford them, into the middle. I was always using troops as fast as I possibly could, because the more troops that you get on the map, the better. And I was constantly being aware of how many platforms I was controlling, always making sure the one closest to my base was in my control, and doing everything in my power to contest that middle platform, send as many troops there as I could, using different varieties of troops to counter different types of enemy troops I might encounter. And doing that worked very, very well for me. Once again, all you need to do is launch that missile towards the enemy base twice, and avoid having it launched at your base twice. Whoever sends that missile to the enemy base twice wins. And a very, very important note, the progression on the missile never stops. So let's say the enemy gets that missile 90% loaded. If you take over those 2 platforms, because you only need a majority of the platforms, if you take over 2 of the 3 platforms after the enemy's gotten it 90%, you can finish off that last 10%, and the missile will launch in your favor. So there's a lot of strategy there about maybe timing your main attacks for right towards the end, right when right when it's contested, and right when it really, really matters. So much strategy in this game. Because there's so much strategy in this game, it's not that difficult to form a really good one and start kicking some butt. However, every once in a while, well, you're going to kind of have your butt kicked. The great news about this game, when you do get your butt kicked, they kind of give you a tip at the very, very end of the match saying, hey, this might be the reason you lost. This is the kind of thing you should have been doing differently. This is how you should adjust in future matches. So even when you do get your butt kicked a little bit, there's going to be some very useful tips that kind of get you thinking about the stuff that you did wrong and how to improve in the future. As previously mentioned, this game is long and this game is a grind. But let me quickly clarify, I'm not actually speaking to the individual matches. Those are quick. Those take 3 or 4 minutes. And because it's a mobile game, you can take it anywhere. You can get those 3 or 4 minute matches done whenever you want, whenever you have a spare few minutes. What I'm talking about as far as long and grindy, it's the actual progression of the game, the commanders and the troops that you can unlock, and a lot of different things. And because of that, well, this video is basically ready to come to a close. I will have a ton of information for you guys in future videos about this game, including things like the clans or alliances that you can join, the ability to edit your armies and completely customize which 6 troops you want to take onto the battlefield, things like upgrading those troops and how you're going to, get coins and complete bounties to upgrade your troops, and even leagues. Because as you win games, you're going to progress your PvP rank. You're going to enter better leagues with better rewards. Things like that will be explained in future videos. But for now, I hope that you got what you wanted out of this initial explanatory video on Command and Conquer Rivals. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I love this game, and I could really see myself getting addicted to this mobile game. The first mobile game I'll be addicted to in a pretty long time. Check the description, guys. There's a link for you. If you are in Canada, download that link directly. Download the game directly through the link. It's available now for you, and it's amazing. For those who are, somewhere else on the globe, well, it's available December 4th, and there's a link down there for you to help you pre-register for the games that you'll have it right away when it becomes available to you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Appreciate everything you do, and I hope that you enjoy this game. Peace out, friends.